Hello, happy Veterans Day to all our veterans. And in today's session, we're actually going to do a special veterans discussion. So I hope you enjoy this discussion and ponder some of the questions that I will ask, as well as feel honored if you are a veteran. So thank you for your service. And those that have a friend or a family member that served for our country, please tell them thank you. Or if you see anyone in the community that is wearing a military uniform or some type of a hat that shows that they have served our country or are currently serving our country, please thank them and express your gratitude for what they have done and are doing for us. Okay, so I know that this topic, especially for those that served our country during this time, it might be a sensitive subject. And I want you to know that it's okay to get emotional. And if you prefer not to watch this, because it brings back too many memories that are not just dear, but also very hard to your heart, that's okay. But we just want to, I want to express how much I am grateful for those that have served and are serving our country. I had two grandfathers that served in World War II, and they often didn't speak of their time there, but when they did, knowing that was a very hard time, they also showed so much gratitude and appreciation for their time and what they were able to do, even though it was a very challenging and difficult time. But I just wanted to start off by saying that. So just like a little introduction about Veterans Day. World War I, does anyone know what World War I is kind of nicknamed as? The war to end all wars. Officially ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28, 1918. But fighting between the Allies and Germany had actually stopped several months before, when an armistice or temporary truce was established. The armistice began at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, November 11th, 1918. 1 year later, on November 11th, 1919, what president made it an official anniversary? Does anyone know? President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed the first Armistice Day to commemorate the anniversary of the end of the Great War. It was originally conceived as a celebratory day of parades, public speeches, and gatherings with a short break in business at 11 o'clock a.m. It was really left to the states to decide how they would observe Armistice Day. By 1926, 27 states had made Armistice Day a legal holiday. And on June 24th, 1926, a congressional resolution called upon officials to display the U.S. flag on all government buildings and schools on November 11th. So how many of you display an American flag maybe at your home on Veterans Day? How many of you enjoy driving through your community and seeing all the flags in your neighborhood or at schools and other businesses? An act approved by Congress in 1938 made it official. November 11th was declared a federal holiday. So it took almost 20 years to make it a federal holiday. Unfortunately, as we all know, World War I was not the end of all wars. In 1945, a World War II veteran named Raymond Reek suggested that Armistice Day should honor all veterans, not just those who had served in World War I. Week's idea for a National Recognized Veterans Day gained the support of General Dwight D. Eisenhower, who had commanded the Allied forces. Weeks led the first celebration of Veterans Day in his home state of Alabama in 1947. And in 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed the bill officially changing Armistice Day to Veterans Day. Honor all those men and women who have served honorably. From World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and today, all the wars since. Many restaurants and movie theaters offer either free or reduced prices for veterans or active duty military personnel on that day and their families. So check out maybe your favorite restaurant. If there's a movie you want to go see, check out your local theater and see if there's if they offer any type of gifts for you if you're a veteran or if you're a family member. It's a well-deserved day. So until the Uniform Holiday Bill was signed in 1968, Veterans Day could have landed on any other day of the week. No matter which day the November 11th fell on. But in 1968, it became official by a bill being signed meant to create a 3-day weekend by celebrating the national holiday on Monday, Washington's birthday. 3-day weekends were intended to encourage travel and recreational opportunities. Not all states followed the new celebration dates, as many continued to close public offices and buildings and hold festivals on the original dates. Another question to kind of think about. Are you glad that our government and our former presidents created these bills and these official day, November 11th, as a national federal holiday to recognize our veterans? I think so. What do you guys do to honor the veterans on Veterans Day? Do you go to your city's main street and watch parades? Or do you gather your family members and have barbecues or have other special ways to honor the veterans in your life? Do you guys share memories of your family members that are veterans? Or if you are a veteran yourself and have served, is that the time that you feel like you can share a memory or two of your experience serving our country? Do you guys know what the Tomb of Unknowns is? And how is that associated with Veterans Day? So the Tomb of Unknowns is located in Virginia at the Arlington National Cemetery. And on Veterans Day, November 11th, at 11 o'clock a.m., the President of the United States and other high-ranking officials go to the Tomb of the Unknown, go to Arlington National Cemetery, and they place a wreath at this structure known as a Tomb of Unknowns. It says the Tomb of Unknowns holds the remains of unidentified soldiers who died in combat during World War I, World War II, and the Korean War. Okay, do you often get Veterans Day and Memorial Day confused? Sometimes I do, or I sometimes forget the difference between the two because they're very similar. According to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, Memorial Day is a day for remembering and honoring military personnel who died in the service of their country, particularly those who died in battle or as a result of wounded, sustained injuries while battling. All those who served honorably in the military in wartime or peacetime. And Veterans Day is largely intended to thank living veterans for their service, to acknowledge that their contributions to our national security are appreciated. How do you think that Veterans Day is celebrated in other countries? Because the United States is not the only country that honors the veterans. Canada and Australia celebrate Remembrance Day on the 11th, and Great Britain observes it on the Sunday nearest November 11th, with special church services and parades. As Canadians wear red poppies to honor those that have died in war, often poppies are worn in America on Memorial Day. And then it says many European countries observe 2 minutes of silence at 11 o'clock a.m. on November 11th. As it is November 11th, I don't know if it will be 11 o'clock a.m. when you watch this or not, but I would like to take a few seconds to have a moment of silence as we honor and thank our veterans. I hope you took that moment to think of your own experiences if you are veterans, or ponder how your loved ones who have served, what their experiences were like, and felt a lot of gratitude and fullness in your heart for that. I thought that we would do a little bit of trivia and see. So the first question. Irving Berlin introduced his now famous song on November 11, 1938 at the New York World's Fair. What was the name of the song? What was the song? What is a popular patriotic song that you think was introduced on November 11th? Any guesses? I'm gonna go and play it, and then and maybe we can sing along in your own homes as it's played. But I hope you sang along for the first couple bars. How many veterans live in the United States, do you think? It's a lot. It's more than 19 million veterans. A little fun fact, California is the state that is a home to the most veterans, with over 1.7 million. So, and then next, Florida, Texas, New York, and Pennsylvania each have more than 1 million veterans. There are 1.8 million female veterans. John Adams was the first American president to not be a veteran. A total of 31 presidents are veterans. Does anyone know the motto of the United States Department of Veteran Affairs? So Abraham Lincoln was the one who wrote this motto in his inaugural address. The motto of the United States Department of Veteran Affairs is to care for him who shall have borne the battle. So there was a lot of you that served our country during wartime. but there are about 4.5 million veterans that have served during peacetime. So I thought it would be fun to close our discussion on Veterans Day with a United States Armed Forces Medley sing-along, because I know for our veterans out there, they weren't all part of one armed force unit. There's several, and they all should be acknowledged.
Shout, counter marching all about, and those caissons go rolling along. For it's high, high ye in the field artillery. Count out your numbers loud and strong. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And wherever you go, you will always know that those caissons go rolling along.
The sing-along video was actually created by an Ian Berwick, so thank you so much for creating that and allowing us to utilize that. If you're trying to find ways of how you can celebrate Veterans Day and show gratitude to the veterans that are serving our country today, I'm going to post a couple links at the bottom here. The first one is called Halloween candy give back program. So if you have a whole bunch of candy left from Halloween, this is a link to go to and how to send your leftovers to our veterans. And you want to do activities surrounding Veterans Day with your grandkids, here's a link of finding new ways to do that. And so I hope you have a wonderful Veterans Day. And thank you again so much for the service you have done and for your loved ones that have served our country. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.